Hi, I'm going back to Mitcham Common again. Well, I did the acrylic demonstration yesterday. Same picture. I'm going to try to do this line and wash. So I'll zoom in to what we're going to work from. It's a bit crooked, but that's the angle of my camera. So that's all it is. It's basically a lake with some small islands, bit of distance, everything I like. And I'll just take that off, and I'll do the ink work. I've got a little lid, plastic lid, with a bit of ink. It's black acrylic waterproof ink. I'm going to just put in some, I'll take that cap off, just draw it out. Well, I'm using the, when you use this, when you do this, don't use your best brushes. So there's lots of stuff going on in there, and I want this is going to be the light, twiggy, spring-like stuff. I've used some masking fluid just to preserve a bit of white for the silver birches. Get that nice and dark in there. Just a tiny bit of ink on the brush. But whatever you do, don't let it dry, because if you do this, oh, you could lose your brushes. So I only use old ones and keep them moist. Now coming across here, we've got this sort of nondescript, a lot of, it's not grass, it's, I don't know, something growing there. Seems to be something floating on the top, but we can make the most of that. That's so nice. There's a bit of a island there, and a bit of now we've got this, this is an island here as well. There's the bank. Across there. Just shows some reflections coming down here. I can put some more solid reflections in there when we get round to the actual painting of this. Now when you do this, you've got to make sure that the ink is bone dry before you put some water over it, otherwise it will just flood. And then we've got some little bits of stuff in there, and that will just reflect down there. Just a little bit of detail. Right. Okay. Now I've got some background trees here, so we'll just put those in very lightly, using a bit of dry brush on here. This is all background. And there's a light bit over this, on that island there. So just a few straggly trees. I'll just using a really good dry brush there, just to right. well, I'm doing the reflections as I'm painting what's above them. Nice strokes down. I'm going to put a lot of paint on this, but this is just the line and wash. You seem to like line and wash. I like doing them. And we've got a bit of that won't show because that's on the rubber, but I'll do some fine work with the rigger. Right, okay, I think that's about all I'm going to do for a moment on that. If I need a bit more ink work, I can do that later. Now I'm going to dry the ink. So I hope you, my regulars, I hope you don't mind me doing the acrylic. I really enjoyed doing them. It's different, and having done this for over a year solidly on YouTube, you need a bit of a break to charge the batteries and get some more enthusiasm. Right, okay, wet in wet, usual palette, lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey and burnt sienna, and a filthy palette. So haven't used it since Saturday. So I've done it because on Saturday I started. No, it was Monday. I went out on my bike to collect some photos for this, and I got them developed on the way back, well printed to the supermarket. Came back, painted one in acrylic, and I zoomed in on the photograph. I forgot to zoom out, did the demo because you couldn't see what I was doing, it's so close. So I did it again and the same thing happened. And not only that, I've done two good paintings on the same sheet of paper but on different sides. So I've got to find a way of framing it so that it's reversible. Get two for the price of one. Right, I'll move my water up a bit. Right, wet my brush. Had a new hake delivered. Now one of my subscribers reckons that my round brushwork is better than my hake, but I love the hake, I love the impressionist feel. I can use both, but I've got a nice new one ready to go. So I'll just spread the paper all over here, and I hope the acrylic is really dry, the black ink. Not quite. This turns a nice, really, no, not nice afternoon. I've been bike riding this morning. My trip with my mate to Merton Abbey, cup of tea, turn around, come back. We only amble, we look at the fish and a bit of wildlife that there is on this suburban river, the Wandle. But it's on my doorstep and the least I can do is paint it. It's a lovely subject, but it's what you make it, isn't it? Right. Palette. Right, let's put in a bit of warm cloud colour, which is sienna. Bit of red, I think. This just gives a warm background. Right, now in with paint piece of cloth handy, so a nice bit of blue. So nice. And a bit across there. Trying to reflect the sky, I'm going to put a bit of red, a bit of blue. Oh, I don't know, I think that's quite nice. No, I'm going to leave that. I don't want to overcomplicate the sky. That's quite effective. I can quite happily live with that. The cloud, the nice light horizon coming up into a blue sky. So that'll do me. Easily pleased. Right, let's move that over. Oops. A nice reclip. I think what I'm going to do is to do the odd acrylic, but not demonstrate it, unless you clamour for it. I'll dry that off. I put in the background. There's nice warm colours in this photograph. So, a bit of sienna, raw burnt sienna for the back, bit of, well, let's just get the background in. That's my background. Probably not enough blue there. Now I'll go in with the light, with the, I'm going to use my round brush now, please everybody. Just to do the tops of this, I'll use the number 10 round, keep moving my cloth. But the acrylics, that one I did yesterday, that took over an hour and 6 minutes. It's just too long really, but you can always fast forward, can't you? You don't have to watch it all. But it was the upload. It took 4 hours to upload. I've changed my network's provider to another firm, but another business setup. And it's nowhere near as fast to upload as what I had. But I knew that. Now this is just a bit of, that's a bit of a silver birch there, so I'll just show that there, and I'll put in these these trees over the background. Come down a bit too far with that because that's where I'm going to put all my light stuff. Okay. I'm going to put in some heavier stuff there. So brown, grey, yellow. That's spring, just the beginning of spring. Want some green in there, but on my palette it's hard to get to green because my yellow is covered in grey. Scrub, scrub. A bit dark. With those, some of the canopies are not heavy enough. go into these now. I'm going to use a bit of burnt umber as the basic colour in there, because umber it dries nice and light. Leave it, and a bit of sienna if you wish. Take that down. I'll get some darks in there. I use burnt umber, burnt sienna, Payne's grey, just it totally did a bit of shadow in there. We're working the complete other way now. We're working from light to dark. With the acrylic, you can work, and oil, you can work how you like. But the beauty of acrylic is that it dries very quickly, so you can crack on. But that's also its fault, that it dries too quick. So I'm putting more shadows in here. Now let's get that green. I hope you look at the acrylic, because I've done 3. I like doing them, but if you don't like them, you can always say. This is just a mass of bramble twigs, very, very stumpy trees. Hardly call them trees. Let's do the other side. There's some green in there. Put that umber back over there too. That's probably not going to show because I took the blue down too far, but never mind. I'll put in the shadow colour in there. So I'm just dragging the stuff down, the shadow, the stuff. Fine, if you call it stuff, you're not naming things, you're not drawing from memory, you're drawing what you're looking at. I am looking at this photograph, but I'm only doing a rough, you know me, I only do an approximate. I'm not photographic or anything. Look at that. Reflection. I'll put a few more darks there. Let's I'll just put this bank in here. Right, very faint sienna on that back, on this bank here, and I'll put some darker stuff over that just to highlight that bank. Right, there's some rubbish in there. There's some green in there, so we'll put that in. The only downside of painting on a palette like this, whilst it's very economical, you can't get your colours quickly. Unless you've been working with them and they've softened quite a bit. but these are quite dry. So. Bit of green. Spring green. Right, now I'm find my little number 6. So this I just want to put in some nice shadowy I'll just darken behind this to show, so that highlight that top a little bit. Right. Don't know if that's going to show, but by the time I put my twigs in, spring green. Right, so I want some more dark in there, so I'm going to put in some more darker umber. Just get that shadow drag down there. It's all lovely and dark in there. Moving on the dark, because that's right in the depth of this overhanging mass of twigs and branches and stuff. So now the paint's softening quite a bit, and I'm putting some more dark here then, down there. Right, let's give that a dry. Then we'll set about a bit of calligraphy. Now let's wipe all this off carefully. Should have done some of that. I can put the reflections of these in a bit of probably acrylic or something. Right, now we've got to put some rigger work on there. So, this tree in here is a bit greeny, a bit light green. this one there is a bit umber, a bit of grey, which you get on the these lovely trunks and twigs of silver birch. Right, let's get some dark in. Bit of shadow there. Right, now just, sorry if I'm masking you, but I want to just get these just putting these in. These were very hard to do with the acrylic because the paint is much thicker than we're using with watercolour. Right, let's just put in some look, I hope it's all starting to make a bit of sense now. There's lots of dark bits in here. All these lots of fine twigs and right. That's a bit of umber there, because that's supposed to be the tops of some short stunted sort of pond-side trees with thousands and thousands and thousands of branches. So here, let's sienna. And the tips of these silver birches do seem to be a bit black, grey. Just getting some thicker stuff in there. There's a bit of Payne's grey in the mix. Right, let's go into this now. To the background. Oops. Some bit of dark, some darker ones here and there. Just so that we know they're trees. Right, okay. That will do. Now we've got to put a bit of texture on these. Right, let's just roughen it up a bit. I'm going to put reflections in the lake, yeah. Now, with a bit of a bristle brush, I'm going to just dab in some that's the sort of stuff you get on the top of these silver birches, just lots of twig ends. Just put in some tips in here. Right, I'll do a bit of reflection now. There we go. Let's just wet the paper again. And put in a bit of blue. And probably we could put in a bit of blue over here. Bit of background. That's a nice right, let's add a bit more reflection in here. Right, there's not much more I can really do with that other than put a signature on it, if it's worth it. I'm going to put some whites in there. Right, my acrylic. Just to put the reflections of the silver birches, those stunted silver birches, I won't use my lovely new rigger, I'll use this older rigger. And I'll just get that well away from my sleeves. So we'll right, okay, that last bit there. Right, they're too far away, I'll put a couple of enough birds in. I'll put that in a mount. There's the one with, let's show it up a bit close. And that's my version of it. Not as colourful, but then not bothered about that. Let's put that there. Oops. Well, there we are. That's a different one, isn't it? It's quite low key in that the colours are quite muted. But that's how it's come out. I hope you like that. I'll move this camera around a bit now. So let's go into a zoom mode. That's my island, one island, there's the other island, and one behind there just about shows. There's 3 islands. You'll have to imagine the other 4. But it's a lovely place to visit, especially on a push bike, because you can go all the way around it and get home pretty quick. If I just lift this up a bit. Oops. Right, that's better. There, that's quite straight now. That's quite a good. That's me. Hi. Listening to the radio. Right, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.